Well, hello there. In a galaxy far, far away, consumer injuries happen on the red. What's more, genital injuries also happen on the red. In fact, a new study which happened in the Journal of Urology analyzed a national database of emergency room visits. What they found was shocking. Penises, testicles, bladders, kidneys, and external female genitalia injured more than 15,000 times per year. This number didn't change. Why? Bicycles, furniture, clothing, sports, you name it. My question is, do these consumer injuries really exist?
Hello everybody, this is Tristan C.
Yeah.
Today we'll be talking to him about his injury, his consumer injury. This is a very pressing and saddening story. Tristan, thank you for seeing me today.
Thanks for having me.
I have a couple questions for you about that day.
Okay.
Let's start off very basically. Tell me about that day.
So, it was a pretty normal day. I'm a tennis player. I was playing tennis in high school. And just had a normal match, maybe a little bit more intense than usual. But I was running to get a ball, had to quickly change directions, and I felt something pop in between my legs. And it was a sensation that I had not had before. But I knew that it was pretty severe. So didn't think much of it, but it happened a couple more times throughout that match, and ultimately over the course of the next few weeks, months, and years, it caused the inflation of the sac around my testicle, and which is called a hydrocele. And so by the time about 2 years later, and very little healthcare awareness, I basically had a right ball the size of a large orange or a small grapefruit, depending on your preference of citrus. So
what type of injury would you define this as exactly?
So I'd say that this is definitely it's an athletic injury. I think anyone who's in the general public is probably at risk of this.
Why do you think this happened?
I generally don't stretch as much as I should. As well, my doctor said that this happens pretty frequently in young males who are kind of doing the types of movements that I was doing. So
would you say stretching would be the best course or the best intervention for this type of injury?
I would say that stretching and a dynamic warm-up in combination would probably be very helpful in terms of trying to avoid this type of injury.
Awesome. What are some of the economic costs of such an injury?
So, as I mentioned, the outcome was, over a period of time, was a pretty dysmorphic, just strangely morphed ball on my right side, and that had to be taken care of surgically. So I think the surgery itself was about $1,200.
What about the social costs?
To me, I personally found it somewhat hilarious. So the social cost was not too high, but there were occasions, and this was during the period of time when skinny pants or tight pants were in for both men and women, and so fitting into a pair of tight pants with a ball the size of a grapefruit is not exactly the easiest thing to do.
No, not at all.
No. Yeah, personal costs were, I think, more. They weren't too high, but I would say that not being able to sleep on your stomach. If you're in an intimate situation, it's also maybe the cause of some concern, just general confusion.
Right. So what are some of the direct costs of this injury?
I mean, the direct cost was mainly financial, and also, but mainly financial. It's the minor social, being the butt of a few jokes every now and then, which is fine. The indirect cost, is again, more socialization issues. Maybe not too severe, but
absolutely.
Yeah.
Tristan, is there anything else you'd like to say at this point?
I actually thought that I was going to be showing my balls on camera.
Okay. Thank you, Tristan, for your time.
All right. Thank you very much.
In a few moments.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, rich and compelling is all I have to say about this. Rich and compelling. Until next next time, I'm Chris.
Thank you, everybody.
Is that it? You know anything else?
Can we do a couple close-ups?